So you have just joined me, and the dogs have just finished their dinner. Little Din-Dins. Dorito has just finished hers. She's like the last one, always finished. Dorito, come here. Little Dorito. Oh, little Dorito. So, yeah, that's Dorito. So that's Dorito right there. She's a hyper dog. She's my little baby. All of them are babies, but she's a really, really little baby. More cocoa fiber we're going to break down today. And got to move the tarantulas again. If you have not noticed, the beautiful Christmas tree. Shall we take a second to have a look at this beautiful Christmas tree? Because I feel like Sky has done an absolute amazing job. Look at this. We love owls, guys. You're so pretty too. Dub loves the tree too. Oh, you're playing the guitar now. Oh, you're playing the guitar? Okay, Dobby, enough. Calm down. And I'll hype you up. I'm sorry. So here is Randall. Now, he is an absolute beautiful boy. He's an old boy, I'm guessing. I don't know actually how old he is. Look at his beautiful colours. Absolute. I'm sorry to speak with a light. I'm sorry, mate. I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry, little dude. Rest your eyes. Good boy. There you go. But look at his beautiful... I hate it when I do that. I want to show you guys these beautiful colours, but at the same time, the animal gets spooked. I don't want to, you know, so, yeah, right. There you go. But he's an absolute beautiful boy. And, yeah, so he's just chill. We rescued him and his wife and his daughter. And we've got them all still now, but he's an absolute beast. I love him to bits. We're going to go take some photos for Rebecca upstairs. And then go send him some photos, see if she wants one of our geckos. Now, in this shed is like a bunch of everything, right? This shed used to be a nice little cozy tool shed, but we've got a bunch of stuff in here now. It's like storage, storage mania for all of the racks that I'm not using, all of the tubs. So these were what we was putting the leopard geckos in once they upgraded. They was going in these, but obviously they're all gone to their new homes now, so we don't need these. And they go all the way up there, all the way down there. And they're actually all of these here, all of these here. And yeah, and I got this free fish tank, which is absolutely huge off my brother. Still needs a clean, but it is huge. That's the size of my hand. The real reason I came in here for was these. To get these out, because we need these for the tarantulas, guys. So yeah, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4 of them, and 4 lids. One of them is missing a door, which can't be good for tarantulas, because tarantulas can easily get through this. Perfecto. See, I told you I had a spare one. Let's go upstairs, get them photos for Rebecca, because I promised them yesterday, guys, but I'm just so hectic. It's so hectic at the minute. I want to thank every single one of you guys, by the way, this year that has purchased a gecko from Reptile Retreat. You haven't just purchased an animal from us. You are supporting a huge mission within the reptile community, especially in the United Kingdom, that we're going to represent. And we're representing just passion for reptiles and only passion, you know? So, yeah, thank you for buying from Reptile Retreat. Thank you so much. And if any of you guys are looking for a leopard gecko next year at some point, or maybe a hognose or anything for that matter, please do not be afraid to get in contact with me. You'll find my advert on Pets for Homes. I am a licensed breeder. Do not worry about that. All certified and passed off. Yeet. Let's go and get these tubs upstairs. Move these tarantulas. Can't wait to go and show you guys these tarantulas. I got these guys. Oh, look. My feeding tongs. I lost them. We've got them now. So, I got these tarantulas when there was tiny little slings, right? So, you're going to see how much they're growing. It's crazy. So, we are now upstairs in the reptile room, and we have got the royal tubs. They're not really royal. I just like to call some things royal. And as you can see, I've got some spare toilet paper here. Because if you did not know, toilet paper was actually sacred in the times of the COVID. So, I always have... So I always have a piece of toilet paper in my reptile room as a shrine to remember what necessities are when the will goes to poop. I have got here is J.R.R. Tolkien's Lord of the Rings. Now look, I try to read. I do. My problem is remembering what I've read. But I'm working on that. But that is a good book. Why are you laughing, Sky? Now A4 is actually such a pretty gecko. Absolutely crazy. I love this pattern on this gecko. I was actually going to keep it myself, but I've held back quite a few this season. So we have to let some go. But really what we should go and do before we do this is soak the cocoa fibre in this bucket before. So yeah, so I'm just going to make this cocoa fibre right now. And to make it, it's really easy, guys. So if you've never made cocoa fibre before, and you might be sitting there thinking, why would we need to have an instructional video on how to make cocoa fibre? Look, people are new to the hobby every single day. And you know what? I'm here for you sort of people, guys. You new ones. I support you. So basically, you're going to get your cocoa fiber. Now, if you want cocoa fiber, you've got to get it in a block, all right? I don't like buying the wet stuff because you just get double charged for that stuff. Don't bother buying that stuff. Get it in a brick. You'll save yourself a lot of money. Now, cocoa fiber, in terms of reptiles, can be used in all sorts of things. I'm just going to fill you with a bit of information because I can. Right. So cocoa fiber can be used for all sorts of things. Tropical reptiles, you know, ones that need high humidity, crested geckos, chameleon, skinks, so many reptiles out there, frogs, day geckos, so many, like literally endless, will need this substrate at the bottom of their enclosures to keep it humid. Humidity is important for them reptiles, in order for them to survive, not get respiratory infections, not have shedding issues, and health problems. So humidity is important. It's drier than the Sahara Desert. So right now this is very dry. So obviously we've got to add water to it. This is going to make this obviously expand, and then we can use that, which we're going to use it for the tarantulas. We use it in our leopard gecko moist hides. It allows them to dig. It allows them to lay eggs and stuff. So like that's why we use it. It's best for the animals. We don't like using moss, just because moss you tend to have to keep really, really damp, or else it just goes dry really quick, especially when you're in a reptile room. And not just that, it can cause a bunch of health issues, which you don't want to get into. So we need to put this in here. That is my dog barking, by the way. I bark back. Woo! Right. I'm joking, Jesus. Right. I did that. Anyway, right. So we're going to put this brick in here, okay? We're going to 3, 2, 1, Walakazam. Obviously take the paper off, guys. Let's go and fill this up with water. Take it to the bathroom. You guys had a brilliant Christmas. Mine was somewhat very eventful in many different ways. But I'm very looking forward to this new year. Literally just want to fill it up with water. Oh my god, my god. Okay, I don't know if you can see, everything is so... I'm so tired, guys, but don't fill it up like that. Seriously, do not fill it up like that. I'm going to dry this off. Guy got squirted on.
Can I see your glasses?
Yeah, I think so. Absolutely so. The torch is still drenched.
What did you do?
I went to go and put the shower hose into the bucket because I was filming with one hand. I couldn't aim it down, so as I turned it on, the shower hose flipped round and just soaked me in the camera. Caught it all on film. Right, let's get these photos anyway. I'm going to show you this gecko. Oh my god, it's posing for us. Look how beautiful this gecko is. I absolutely love this one. I was going to keep it. Clips in one eye, full of clips in the other, half a clips in the other. An absolute spectacular gecko. Absolute beautiful gecko. One of my favourites. Like I said, I was going to keep it, but unfortunately, we've kept too many back, so we can't keep that one. So I've scraped off... Oh, just bit my lip. I've scraped off... Today's going very well. Let me know, where did you get your reptile this Christmas? And if you didn't get your reptile or anything this Christmas, why? Have they been naughty? No, I'm joking. So, I have just finished doing that enclosure. Boom, boom. And yeah, look at that. That's exactly what we wanted, all piled up. So, we have filled up the bucket, and now we have got the enclosures all brand new on the table, ready for the tarantulas. And the tarantulas are in here. Now, these are all the same species, and while I'm filling these up, I want to actually talk to you guys about tarantulas for a second, because for me, they're an important part of my reptile journey. And the reason why that is because, to be quite honest with you, I never used to actually like tarantulas. Like, I was never scared of them, but I would never own one myself, nor would I ever hold one. So I used to run the reptile section in a pet shop, and I used to work with little caimans, iguanas, all sorts of things, and we had a wide range of spiders in the shop at the time. And I opened up one of them, and it was a little mister had like this in my hand right now, funnily enough. And I misted the tarantula's enclosure, and I accidentally just got I'm not joking with you, one tiny little spot of water on this tarantula. This tarantula was probably about the size of this when I wet it accidentally. It turned from this to this, and it jumped on my shoulder, man, and I screamed like a girl. And they caught me on CCTV, and I was going round in circles trying to get this tarantula off without trying to harm it at the same time, trying to stay calm. Absolute mayhem. But since that day, I thought, you know, I'm a big fan of reptiles, and so I thought, who am I to, you know, just push out this one sort of animal because, you know, I myself don't like it. So I went out there, I went to the IHS, and there was 6 tiny little slings. One of them passed away. When I say tiny, I mean tiny. I'm talking millimeters. These things were tiny, right? So I brought 6 of them home when they was cute, when they were small, and I've grown with them. My passion for them has grown with them. Definitely, I gotta say now, I am a huge tarantula fan. Sky, on the other hand, is arachnophobic. Yeah, so like even Sky enjoys owning them, watching them from a distance. And again, I personally think a tarantula is an animal that you can hold as long as you look after them the best you can, give them everything they need, everything they require. And you know, you just one of them animals you can watch and be fascinated with, and they're absolutely amazing. So if you've got an animal, maybe a reptile, maybe it's an insect, stick insect, mantis, something that makes you go or question it a bit, like, you know, if there's something like that, I'm not saying go and get one. Look into that animal, learn about that animal, because the more you learn about things, the more you understand them, the less they are kind of like freaky or weird or, you know, sort of intimidating. In fact, the more you learn about them, the more you come to love them. So these guys like to bury as well, so I'm going to add some sand to this to a later date. Alright, okay, so, right. And now what I'm going to do is, as you can see, we've built up not a lot with tarantulas because they like to burrow so much. You want so much cocoa fibre. I'm just going to like make it a bit steeper on one end compared to the other, just because that's how these guys just seem to, what they seem to do in their environment. I'm no tarantula expert by any means. And that's one thing that I think everyone should do in the reptile hobby, is just admit when they don't know stuff. I know a bit about them. I know enough to care for them. I know enough for them to have a long, healthy life. But my knowledge for them, I can't wait to broaden. So that's just something, that's why I wanted to talk to you guys about them tarantulas like that, because, you know, maybe there's something out there that you need to get into and learn about to understand it. If you don't like it, try to understand it before just not liking it, is what I'm trying to say. So we've got this big piece of bark here right now, and we're going to put this... We're going to put this here. I'm going to try and wedge it, so we need to add some here. Like, make it a natural sort of hide for the little dude. We've made that little hide right now, right? That's actually quite a big hide. So I'm going to probably try and fill that up a bit more at the front, just so it's smaller entrance, just so the tarantula feels a bit more safe when he goes in, you know? But he's going to make that for himself. It's so crazy. This is why I love owning reptiles. Because in the UK, we only have like 5 reptiles or something. Not many at all. But just imagine you're in a different country, right? And you see this in the wild. You see a little log like this, and it's got a little hole. There's a goddamn huge spider under that branch. That blows my brain. So yeah, it's amazing that that's other places. I want to travel the world and see them places, definitely. But right now, we're in the retreat, and I get to experience it right here at my home, which is just as amazing if you ask me. So we're going to pile this up into the corner a bit, make a little thing there like that. Okie dokie. And then I've got some of these little tiny plastic plants. You can get them off, I can't remember where they're off. I think they might be off Amazon or something. They're really good for just like these sort of small enclosures, because they really just add like a nice little touch, a bit more wild. See what them little plants have just done? They've turned it into a right little cool little viv. Look at that. So we've basically got this little tarantula set up, finished. I need to add a little water bowl in there, which I'll get out of the tarantula's enclosure, because I don't like to give them too much of big water bowls. There we go. Right, okay. So basically, what I'm going to try and do... He's already flicking hairs. Did you just see that? He just flicked hairs. So this guy hasn't got a very good temper. But what we're going to do is just gently... See, with tarantulas, the thing is, you just got to be careful with them. But he doesn't seem too happy. So I'm not going to hold him because, yeah, he looks hungry. So he thinks he's getting fed right now, which is not what I wanted. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the lid. So there is the tarantula. After that, it climbed everywhere, guys. So you are supposed to wear a mask for these guys, but obviously I just didn't. But he's in there. Look how cool that tarantula is right there. So I got these guys from Slings. You have to remember that. That's how cool this is. I just love this. So that is him set up. I'm going to get his waters finished now. Put it in there. And then carry on with the others. I think I'm going to end it there, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the content. Hopefully Rudy has absorbed her food. So tomorrow we can get her in the bath, soaked out and all sorted. Fred is out, by the way, guys. So say goodbye to Fred, because he's barely out ever. Hello, Fred. There's Fred. So thank you so much for watching.